see what happened. Talk about pump. All right, so let's do from here, right there, and squeeze. Okay. Holy freaking moly.
Bend your knees. Do them right there.
Non-stop?
Yep, keep going.
Oh my God.
Bent knees. When you get tired there, put your legs in closer to your butt. And there you go. Keep going. Get about 10 of those.
To go to beachbody.com, it's not about genetics, it's about effort. It's about
That's good.
what's in your mind. It's about studying your power and having very.
Show me your arms. Do the other, below.
Is mine bigger? Yeah, it's bigger. Hers is more defined though. She's like a machine. Alright, well today was Beachbody On Demand exclusive with Phillip. This was his arms workout called Bis and Tris for the gym. So it was basically a superset workout. You do regular bicep curls on into tricep kickbacks. You're doing 15, 12, and then the last set is maximum reps. So the first few sets is just to kind of tire out that muscle group, and then you use your heaviest weight on your third set, and you go as long as you can until you just can't lift the weight anymore. What that does is it makes now set number 2 a lot more difficult. Set number 2 was preacher curls on into skull crush, like an angled skull crusher. I don't know how to explain it. It's neither a tricep extension nor a skull crusher. It's right in between. And so I use the straight bar. Casey used the straight bar and our machine. So she'll talk to you about that. But again, it's another superset. Same thing, same philosophy. On the last set of preacher curls, you're using as much weight as you possibly can and knocking out as many repetitions as you possibly can. Same thing with the tricep extensions. Of course, you don't want to be doing 15 or 20 reps on the last one. You want to still be doing 8 to 10, 12 maybe at the most for that last set. And then the last 2 sets are real burners because he has you do, for myself, again, I use the straight bar, and it's 7 sets of 7 reps. I did the first set with just the bar, like the guy in the video, but then I put 5 pounds on each side just to kind of heavy up the weight a little bit. And by set 4, I was really feeling it. So sets 5, 6, and 7 really tough. So either the bar or just a little bit of weight on there is all you really need after because you're doing a set of 7, and then you're taking a 7 to 10 second break. And then the last set is maximum rep dips, so to speak, on the triceps. And you do as many dips as you can, then you go do straight leg dips, and then you do knee-in dips, and then you do really tight knee-in dips. So you just keep going until you just burn that muscle group completely out. So when you're done, the guy in the video I think had 17-inch arms when he started and had 18.5-inch arms when it was over with because his arms were so swollen. So you really feel it.
You should measure mine real fast.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. But
maybe when I do my part of the interview,
next time, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, right. That'll be fun to see.
Here's her interview.
Okay, so while he's getting the thing, I wanted to kind of tell you, I totally screwed the entire workout up today because we were trying to do it off of my laptop, and again, having somebody with me, he was kind of trying to talk to me at the same time I was trying to listen. So I wasn't really listening to him, and I wasn't really able to listen to the computer, so I had no clue what I was doing. That's what happens sometimes when I have him in the gym with me. I get really confused. But it's nice having him in the gym at the same time. I love working out with my husband. It's a nice time for us that we're able to share in fitness together. But the main thing that I would say is on the first move, the biceps. Here, speaking of biceps. I was 13 inches when I did my check-in.
And she's just shy of 14 inches.
Just shy of 14. So
and when we just finished, she probably was 14 because I can already feel some of that has gone down. But anyway, go ahead. So I'm probably not even in the video.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Right. So what I was going to say is when he has you do your curls, the one thing he does tell you is to start with them a little bit out in front of you, not all the way to the side of you, and then have your dumbbells like you're going to do a hammer curl almost. So as you come up, you're really turning it, and he wants your pinky to go out. So when by doing that, you should be able, which I am the worst specimen ever to try to show this cut because I just have a boulder. I don't have any cuts here. You have a cut, I think, don't you?
I don't know. They're so small.
He doesn't want to show it. He's being shy. Anyway, I do not. Some girls have a really nice that I've seen, and I'm always jealous because they have these really beautiful cuts here, really nice, beautiful cuts here. I don't have cuts. I just have size. I don't know. I don't cut. I just get big. But by doing that with the pinky going out, it's supposed to be able to create where you have more of a definition on the inside of your bicep. Where if you do just a regular, sometimes it'll hit more of the outside of your bicep to make a nice peak. So again, he wants you to do it a little bit in front. That way there's no swinging action. You don't have to worry about hitting your leg with the dumbbell and causing a swing. So that was his point of view.
You are going to use less weight.
Yeah, it's harder because when you come down like this, you're able to get momentum. But when your arms are out like this, it's almost like doing a preacher curl in a way. It almost isolates. Woo, speaking of, my armpits are just dribbling. Anyway, and then I had done a couple things different. Instead of doing preacher curls like Phillip did, Phillip just used a set of dumbbells to do his preacher curls.
Yeah, in between the legs here. As I was sitting on a bench, I just dropped my arms down and locked my elbows onto my legs. So that gives you that preacher curl effect.
Yeah, his was more of a
hanging,
isolated suprailic bicep curl is what I would consider that more of. Because with the bicep curl, the only difference is the placing of your arm. When you're doing a bicep curl, you're out more at an angle. When you're doing the hang down, you're isolating it this way, and this way you're using more top of your bicep on a preacher curl. So, and then it's going to hit a little bit different because it's forcing you, when you're using the preacher curl, it's forcing you to hold your hands at a position as so. With the dumbbell, you'll have a tendency to let it drop, and unless you're really thinking about it, you won't maintain that same.
I actually locked mine in, so I turned it into, like, I put the weights together, that way it kept my hands out. Yep.
So those are different ways to do it. So there are different ways to modify it. His program is made for a gym to where you would have access to some of the other equipment. But if you don't, you can still use dumbbells like Phillip was saying and just do more like a P90X move. Tony's done that isolated suprailic bicep.
Call some crouching culling curls, but I always, even when I do crouching culling, I hate being in the crouch, so I go ahead and use a bench a lot of times.
And I like the crouch. I like to feel it in my hammies. I can feel the stretch. It's like a yoga move. Anyway, so I started out trying to use 10s on it because that doesn't sound like a lot of weight, but because of the movement and then having a little bit extra weight from the leverage machine itself, it was too heavy, so I had to drop it, run and get some 5s real quick. I got them set up and I went to go, and then I noticed he took my 5s off my machine. So then I had to run and go find some new 5s because he stole mine while I was getting it all set up. And then he goes, oops, I think I just stole your 5s. I'm like, yeah, keep going, don't worry.
That was actually good because when we got to the end, we needed to be staggered a little bit, so we were staggered. So.
Yeah, he did it on purpose to be so kind. Anyway, so I went down to 5s and I did 15 on the first one, and then I just continued to do 15 on the last 2 sets just because 5s are almost too light, but 10s were too heavy, and if I was smart, I would have grabbed my 2.5 plates, but I didn't because I didn't want to look for them, but I should have done that. But anyway, I just did 15 each time, and then the first time I did the triceps that he was talking about, I used the bar, but I grabbed too far out, so when I went down, my form wasn't how it was supposed to be because I grabbed too wide of a position. So I decided that, and it was a little bit difficult for me, it was awkward, I'm sure it was awkward for you, but you did it anyway. Trying to get back there to grab it and then get it up into position was a little bit awkward for me, and I didn't want to injure myself because I'm 11 days out from my show. So I decided instead of trying to be awkward and take a chance of pulling something, I rigged up our body solid machine. It actually has a system on there that I've never utilized where you can do triceps, so it was awesome, it's made for that. So it has 2 little pieces, and then you'll see in the video I did my tricep extensions. Now where Phillip's arms were up here, and I'll put my first clip so you can see it too, where my arms were up here when I was doing the bar, I cannot do that same position over there, so my arms are more down here. So it's still doing a tricep extension a little bit different than what they had, but it's just a different variation. Almost, yeah. Well,
But it's still hitting the same muscle
Still hitting
group.
the triceps.
And the same muscle group because of the angle that it's coming from.
Yeah,
so I think so.
it was a different variation. I liked it personally, and I think, you know, if I was to do triceps here in our home gym, which I will, I think I'm going to start utilizing the machine because that was really a nice little setup there, and it's super easy to get into, super easy to use, and it doesn't cause any lower back pain. Sometimes if you're doing your standing overhead tricep extensions, I've told you all this before, I tend to get a pretty big arch in my back, and I'll actually sometimes feel a little bit of stress on the lower back. So by doing it that way, there wouldn't be any of that. So different variations, and it's nice instead of laying down on a bench too. And then of course, like Phillip was saying, the murderous move of the entire thing to me was the very last set where you do the tricep dips on the dip station that we do have, luckily.
And then you go to chair dips is what they would really
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't hear any of this, so I'm sitting here thinking, oh, we just do max on here, and then there'll be like maybe 15, 10, 8 over here. No, 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 no. That's not what it was. It's supposed to be max out here, so I did 20 on my drop downs over here, and then over here I did 20 for the regular triceps, and then I barely got 8 with my feet closed in for like a little bit, and then I forced myself to do 10 of the final ones. But all it was at that point was after I finished the 20 over here was just don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
Yeah, she was about to quit. I said, no, you gotta do 10 more.
I was like, because I had no clue. Otherwise, I think I would have been a little bit more prepared. But I'm glad I wasn't prepared because I feel like it pushed
Definitely
me
maxed
further
out,
than
yeah.
what I probably would have done to myself. So for sure, triceps. And I will say this. I know you're probably tired of standing here, but that's okay. Just a quick little blurb. I went to Albuquerque yesterday, and they had a free posing clinic up there. And it's funny, I just wanted to put this in here. Sometimes we can look at ourselves and we don't see what we are truly to ourselves. We have this warped sense of what we look like, and it is so weird because you're looking in a mirror, you can see the exact same thing that everybody else sees, but we don't see it that way. So some girls say, oh, I'm so fat, and you're like skinny, skinny, but to you, you're fat. I've been saying this entire time, I don't know that I'm big enough for figure. I don't think I'm ready for figure. I think I'm more bikini, but I'm too big for bikini. And it was a very eye-opening experience to be able to go and meet with professionals, with some NPC judges, and with some other people that are higher ranking in the NPC, and for them to be able to physically look at you, touch you, be this close, and be able to put you into different positions that work for your body instead of just watching.
These were female judges?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You were saying touch, and she's touching me. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, but it was really cool because you can watch how to pose on YouTube all you want, and you can try to mimic those poses, but each pose is different for what your body really is. So what I thought was looking good on my body was not really showing off what's really good for my body. What I thought was really good on my body, I realized is too big for figure. So this whole time I've been thinking I'm too small for figure, when in reality I was told that, hey, actually, you know what, you have great symmetry, you're almost too big, you might think about doing physique next year. And to me, when I think of a physique competitor, I think of somebody that has like 15, 20 pounds at least on me. But again, it's everybody holds muscle different, and I had made a comment earlier about I find it very hard to get cuts in certain areas where other girls do. A perfect example is there was another lady that was with me I became really comfortable talking with her. She's a mom of 2 as well, and she's doing figure. She's in the shorty short class though. But when I first saw her, her shoulders are freaking amazing. I mean, mad cuts, mad cuts. Like if I could have half her cuts, I'd be so excited. But I'm like twice her size in reality, but I look totally different because of how my body is made proportionately wise than hers. So again, just try to, if you have the opportunity to go to a posing clinic and have a professional actually look at you, that's what I would suggest here, is because what's your perception of yourself, I found, is totally off-key. That's not really what it is. So my whole perception, I've kind of been negative. I'm feeling really positive about where I'm at right now, and I might not even be able to flex my legs because my legs might be too straight. And where I look at my legs right now and up to this point and say, they're probably the weakest part of my body, but a judge's perception is for figure, they're almost too much. So stay tuned. We're fixing to head to California.
Yes, in 2 hours.
We're gonna
We
hit
gotta
the
go get
road.
our
We're
car.
missing one kid.
And a car.
Yes, we gotta go get our rental car because we don't want to put the miles on our car. We're in a rental car, drop the doggy off at doggy daycare. We got our workout in, that's what matters. Woo! Damn.
Let's go.
And then we're headed out, but I'll bring you along so you can see kind of snacks on the road, and you can see everything. Measurements wise, guys, I had no changes whatsoever. I'm actually up a pound from last week, so I'm sitting at 132 again. I just keep doing this, guys. I just keep doing this.
She's a yo-yo.
Don't weigh yourself. That's another thing I learned. One of the ladies that was helping me with my posing, she's 5'5", and she does figures. She placed 4th last year at the one of the national competitions. And she looks huge compared to me. And I'm like, how much do you weigh? And she's like, I'm sitting at about 140 right now. So she's about 8 pounds heavier than me, but she carries it different. And I said, well, how much are you when you do stage weight? She says around 132, 135. So I was like,
I'm 156, just in case you care.
I was like, great. So that makes me feel better because I've been trying to get to a specific number. Again, stop trying to get to a specific number. Numbers don't matter. The judge does not know what body fat you're at. The judge does not know how much you weigh when you're on stage. So eye-opening experience for me. One of the best experiences I could have ever had was yesterday because of my whole mentality of things has totally changed. So excited. Come along with us to California. We have a fun plan.
All right.
You're not fun?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to
I
go.
feel like you're ready to tailor somebody a
I know.
suit.
Let's see. Maybe tie. Yes.
Oh, let me show you real quick. Some of y'all have been asking for physique updates. Can you do the camera to make sure that it's all there? And I'll give you a physique update real fast. So I am 11 days out from my show. This is my last real week to really make any changes. Next week will be peak week, and again, when I say last week to really do changes, I'll be in California at Disney, so oh good lord. Let me take my clothes off, hang on.
Oh, here we go. Let me get the video ready to go.
No. Okay. Just imagine I'm in heels though, okay?
So do I. Okay, all right, here we go.
And then this will be my okay, so that's my physique update, guys. That way you know where I'm at. Hopefully once I'm tanned, you'll be able to see my abs, because right now they're just not there. Oh, I did the whole boob grab thing that I hate when girls do. Why do girls do that? Why do we grab our boobs to look at our abs? If you don't have abs, you don't have abs. I'm just saying, and I just totally did it.
What if they don't have boobs?